Hi, Thomas the Hermit here, and I just pulled a hot dog off the grill. I'm standing here in the Fiesta grounds. The real cool thing about Sacred Heart is they have these really nice Fiesta grounds, and a lot of churches would actually like to have those, and this is what they look like. If you notice, it has the built-in booths, and it has a stage or pavilion area, and plenty of room. Anyways, they have what they call the Charro every year, and I understand Charro means cowboy, and so they celebrate the Mexican cowboy here in Sacred Heart Church every year, and that's their big festival. Anyways, here I have my hot dog here that I just cooked. The priest gave me permission to use the grill here whenever I want. And so I'm taking advantage on this Monday, the day after the fast. And what did I get from the fast? Review of my 7-day fast. What happened during that time. Prayed more against the strongholds that I'm still dealing with. I think that in childhood abuse, psychological abuse principally lowers the self-image, and it causes a lot of distortions and anger and resentment. I think that the devil capitalizes upon those areas. Anyways, I was asking God to set me free from more of those things, and He certainly did quite a bit of that. On the 5th day, I experienced a great sense of union and prayer of quiet with God. Prayer of the quiet, a little hard to explain. It's not that quietness or that peace that the Bible talks about when it says a peace beyond all understanding. The prayer of the quiet actually almost feels like a biological slowing down, a calmness, deep calmness within, a quiet within the mind kind of shutting down, the body slowing down. Just a gentle, deep, profound peace that is even beyond that experience of a peace that is beyond understanding. Anyways, that's the best way I can describe it. Try to understand that mystical contemplation is always beyond words. That, I think, was the 5th day. That was my most profound encounter. 6th day was more warrior type prayer, praying against the demonic. On the 7th day, I had an interesting occurrence. The Lord told me to get on my knees and to walk on my knees to the Blessed Sacrament. Now, He told me to do that because I had been making fun of some of the people here at the parish who do that, and so He wanted to correct me on some things. So I did what He told me to do. And when I got to the tabernacle, He told, now place your hand on the tabernacle. Well, that was another thing that I was making fun of people for. You know, like they were picking up electricity off of the tabernacle. As I moved my hand to do that, I said, Lord, I don't want to do that. And He said, well, you're close enough now. So then He began to touch my head. What I mean by that is I felt God's presence on touching my head. And when that happened, he said, he put a crown on my head. Lord, I said, what is that crown? He says, you are King of the Hermits. I said, okay. You know, and then I felt this thing on my head. The feeling persisted. It persisted for the next day, all the way into Sunday, or rather Monday. I prayed, you know, and I tested it with the Blessed Sacrament. It continued to remain on my head. And it seemed to do something like change my confidence or my self-image, or it had an effect on me psychologically. This crown did. Anyways, that's something that happened, and it will bear out. We shall see if I can live the vocation of a hermit more purely, with more confidence, to carry out the will of the Lord as a hermit. Of course, I'm kind of a different kind of hermit, you know. I want to be alone, but I'm kind of thrust into the middle of community over here. I'm thrust into the middle of YouTube community as well. And those are paradoxes. Maybe they have something to do with particular unique calling that I have. But I think part of my calling is to share what is happening to me. So I did a 7-day fast. I feel good I was able to do that. I'm not afraid now to go to 7 days of fasting. I did feel there was some sort of deficiency on the 7th day, and that was a good time for me to stop. You know, I'm not just fighting food, but I'm also fighting the weather, the heat, and sweating and everything like that. So there may be some things you can do. Maybe it'd be easier to do this in the winter time when you're not sweating as much. I'm a heavy sweater. That's why I can have problems with electrolytes, you know. But I was able to make it. I did fine. I do not recommend this kind of fasting to people. There was a question about safe fasting. I would say into 3 days normally. If you've never done it before, you could do a 3-day fast. I think that's pretty safe. You may want to get used to that before you embark on something a little bit more extreme, you know. Now I know there's other people who've done a lot more than this. You know, that's not beyond me. I'm not into marathon fasting. If I ever start doing that, it'll be to offer up sacrifice, and that's what it will be. It will not be about see how long I can fast. You know, there have been people who've been, you know, they've been like on the sea, you know, and drifting around on rafts and stuff, and they couldn't find any water or food to drink, and they survived for incredible periods of time. Extremely dangerous, you know. They probably should have ended up dead. But nonetheless, you know, we can actually take more than we think we can. You know, that's part of the bottom line there. Anyways, that kind of wraps up my fast. I know there's going to be a lot of powerful grace from this fast. Will it completely deliver me of my situation? No, it will not. I did not feel that. I felt that possibly that the power that is against me, whatever this demonic force is a lot greater, you know. Of course, greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. But, you know, maybe it's a sign I need to overcome more of the brokenness that is inside. You know, what amount of broken things are inside of you that need to be healed by the Lord so you can grow closer to God? Anyways, I'm dealing with that, and I'll continue to deal with it. I'm going to continue on my prayer life and continue to try to serve God the way I'm supposed to. This is Thomas the Hermit. Say a prayer for me. I am praying for you.